Welcome, glorious viewers. In today's video, we are talking about if paying $500 on a game was worth it. So let's get started. The number one question on everyone's mind is, was Alpha 1 worth it? Paying $500, going through the tasting phase. And in today's video, I'm gonna tell you guys my sincere opinion and if it was or not worth it. And now my biased opinion is yes, it was definitely worth it, or at least for me, it was definitely worth it. No regrets coming from me. And now let me explain why. Yes. It was yes because I got a taste for the game. I got a taste for what's to come. I got to kind of see everything starting. And even though Alpha 1 was not content test, it was backend test, we still got to see a lot of content in the game. I think 3 weeks of full gameplay I got out of it. So even though their focus was not gameplay at all, you still got to experience a lot of that. And a lot of the stuff I got to do in the alpha were really fun, were amazing, were mind-blowing, was more than I ever expected and more than I ever expected from a backend test. I got to experience the beginning of a game that I really think is gonna be an amazing, great game. I think it's gonna be the next game when it's actually finished. So being at the beginning of that, it's truly amazing. I got to experience the beginning of PvP, of sieges, of the node system, of classes. So I got to experience the beginning of so many things and kind of see the potential of the game and where the game is heading. And believe me, Alpha 1 is just the scratch of the scratch of what the game is actually gonna be like in the end and what Alpha 2 is actually gonna bring. And I also feel like my grasp of understanding of the game is so much more greater because I got to see from the beginning. I got to experience all these systems from the beginning. I feel like if I would have played Ashes later, it would be a bit harder to understand all these things. And because I got to do it from the beginning, it's so much more easy for me to understand everything, all these crazy concepts the game has to offer when it's actually out. As an MMO noob, that's amazing. I get to understand a game that a lot of people are gonna love just because I played it from the beginning. When if I would play it later, I'll be like a confused duckling, you know? And now I want to say something extremely honest, something that I was really afraid when I started playing the game. Then when I actually bought the game for $500, I was really nervous that I was going to hate the game. And that happened to me in the past with other games where I bought them for 60 euros and then I got to play them and I absolutely hated them. And I just wasted my money. And I was really afraid that Ashes of Creation is gonna be one of those games where I spent $500 and I end up hating it. And that was not the case. And that was a huge surprise coming from me. Also, I'm the type of gamer and streamer that if I don't like something, you can see it on my face. You can definitely see it. You can definitely tell if I hate or like something. And it's been so long since I was so excited for something. And that is because Alpha 1 was so great in my opinion. I was really afraid I was gonna hate the gameplay, not understand anything because I didn't really play MMOs before. I did try a bunch of them, but I didn't have crazy hours in them like most of you guys might have right now. And Alpha 1 also gave me a taste of what an MMO is, and it's all about community, it's all about being social, it's all about making friends, it's all about those great interactions. And Alpha 1 definitely gave me a taste for that, and I think it put me on the path of, I want to try other MMOs now. I want to see what else MMO world has to bring and to offer. It made me really love MMOs because I feel like I finally get it, because in Alpha 1 was so easy to be social. The fact that when you talk it appears on top of your head, it makes it so much more easy to connect with someone. All the systems where you can talk in parties in general, all those systems made it so easy to be social. And also if you wanted to do a boss fight and all these things, you had to go with people. So that being the case, it made me be a social player, and it really made me love MMOs because it's something that any other game doesn't really give you, that really strong sense of a community, that really strong sense of playing with so many people that you can help do something great, you know? Another thing I wanna go through is explaining what those $500 actually mean, okay? I feel like a lot of people are really confused about $500 for like an Alpha 1, and I wanna go through it and I wanna explain to you guys what it actually means, because so many people are uninformed, so that's why they have a prejudged opinion about this. Oh, and by the way, I went on their website to see like everything you get, and I just realized you can't even buy Alpha 1 anymore. So even though Alpha 1 is still gonna have like days of testing, you can't even buy it anymore. So even if you wanna play until Alpha 2 is out in those extra days of testings, you cannot anymore. So for those $500, you get access to Alpha 1 test phase, access to Alpha 2, access to Beta 1, and access to Beta 2. I don't know if you guys realize, but in my opinion, it's gonna be a few years until the game is gonna be fully out. So you actually get to play the game for 1-2 years. So think about all those months you actually would have paid $15 if it was subscription based from now. You kind of like pay in advance a lot of months, you know, because when Alpha 2 is going to be out, there's going to be a lot of months of playing. So you're kind of making sure you can play the game for like a few years until it's actually out. And then when the game is out, you get 11 months of game time, and that's apparently $165 in value. So if that's all it gave you, I thought it would have been amazing, because it's a lot of months you actually get to play. Then you get $150 in Embers, in-game marketplace credits. Pretty much you can buy with those Embers future skins, okay? And then you get all these skins that are available only this month. So if you see like this amazing duckling, or if you see this amazing skin, you actually have it just because you bought it now. It makes you look cool, it makes you feel special. You have this mount that almost no one has. It gives you like a bit of bragging rights, and all the mounts and skins I feel are so unique. You actually get some really special things that you might want in the future, but they're not available anymore. Then you get name reservation. I think that name reservation, it's on only one server, but that's still really cool. How many times you played the game and you wanted your name and it was not available, and that's really annoying. So the fact that you get name reservation, I think it's hella cool, because I want to have Luki when I actually play and make sure no one else takes it away, you know, before me. I don't know if it says here, but now you can actually buy skins for a way lower price. So if you want to buy just the skins right now, if you don't own the game, I'm not sure how much it is, but it's quite a lot. But after you own the game, you can buy the skins for way less. I don't know exactly the numbers, but if you want a specific skin, let's say it's $10-15 now, when if you wanted to buy just the skin pack, you know, it would be like a few $100s. In the future, you can buy any skin that appears, but for a way lower price. That's because you bought the 500 one. So I don't know, I'm bad at explaining shit. Hope that makes sense. Let's move on with the next point. I am really sad the game ended. Not gonna lie, I had a mental breakdown the last day of alpha before going live, because I was like, what do I do in my life now? I found this great game that I absolutely adore and I'm in love with, and now I cannot play it anymore. And I was so upset, but it's actually good it ended. I know it's really sad and I know I'm gonna miss it for a really long time, but it had to be done, because the game right now doesn't have that much content. Even though it has content, it doesn't have content for like months and months of gameplay. If it's on for way too long, you're gonna get really tired of the game. You're gonna want more content. You're gonna start hating the game because there's not much more you can get out of it right now. So it's good it ended so people don't get fed up with it, you know? Us as players, we get to miss it. We get to like remember all those great moments we had in the game and miss it, and that's important. Sometimes to value something, you need to miss it a bit, you know? And then the most important thing, the developers get to fix the game, they get to work on the game. Now they don't need to focus on fixing all these bugs that they might be really annoying for an Alpha 1 tester, but they get to like work on Alpha 2, because Alpha 2 is gonna be this content test. Now they get to actually work on that. So when Alpha 2 is out, they can give us all our expectations, you know? So it's okay it ended so the devs can start working on that. Another amazing reason why being part of the Alpha 1 is amazing is that as an Alpha 1 tester, your opinion matters, your feedback matters, and your feedback can shape and change the game. A lot of people were like, we don't really like melee system right now, and because of that the game actually changed. Another reason why I think it was worth it is you got to play the game and you get to get experience in the game, and when the game is actually out, you're gonna be a pro. And I don't know about you, but I hate being a noob. Oh my god, I hate being a noob. So the fact that I got to play in the alpha, and especially as an MMO noob, I got to take my time to understand everything. And let me tell you something, Alpha 1 was amazing. I got to experience some things I never experienced. I got to see how a community, how a server start doing some great things, like a PvP event, like a siege, like all these things that I don't think you will ever experience again, because those systems are going to be in the game. When sieging is going to be in the game, you're going to do it like once a month. It's going to be this huge event. They're not going to have the experience we got, that we got to do a siege almost every night for like a few weeks. And that even showed in one of the sieges we did at the end. All the people from all the servers went there and they got upgraded to level 15. And they got to be in the siege, and I could definitely see that us from 10 of that this siege is so much. We were doing amazing. We were kind of kicking ass because we had that PvP experience, because we played so much. So I feel like when the game is going to be out, we are going to have a huge advantage compared to other people, because we already know what is the best strat, what is the best thing to do, you know. Oh, and by the way, guys, I did a podcast with Kevin Jordan about Ashes. He's a former WoW developer. He used to work on WoW on class development. And I got to see his perspective about the game, and he said in that podcast some things I never even thought about, and his like grasp and understanding of an MMO is absolutely incredible. So if you guys want to know a bit more about the game and see our opinions about the Alpha 1, I totally recommend watching it, because it's an amazing podcast and you're gonna understand a lot of stuff, because Kevin is great at explaining stuff, not like me. So yeah, after you got to understand that those $500 actually get you a lot, and they actually did a $500 package, so people actually give them real feedback and not really trash feedback, because if you pay $500, that means you're really involved in the game, you really believe in the game, so you're gonna give like really good feedback, not just bullshit feedback, you know. And it does give you extra game time. I totally don't regret my decision to buy it, because I definitely got to see the beginning of Ashes. I got to experience some stuff I would have never experienced, like a flying mount. At the end of the alpha, in the last day, they gave everyone flying mounts, and everyone got flying mounts, and it was such a like a fun thing. And in the final game, only like 4 or 5 people on the server are going to actually have a flying mount, so the vast majority are never going to even fly a mount. So the fact that we got to see flying mounts and I got to fly them for a few hours was so much fun. And PS opinion, not everyone should have a flying mount, because they're quite annoying. One flying mount is great. 200 flying mounts are really annoying. Those birds make so much noise. You want to experience what happens if they're like 200 flying mounts, and it's not fun, because they are annoying. They make so much noise and they're like everywhere, and no. I was totally surprised by the game, and I definitely enjoyed my experience. And I know that the Alpha 1 now is done, but I still have a lot of content for you guys, and I think you guys are gonna really enjoy it. And again, it's gonna be some content you're never gonna see. One of my videos is gonna be flying over the map with a flying mount for like 3 hours straight. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I hope my rambles were not too many, and I hope I said everything I wanted to say. I always feel like I do a video and then I'm like, oh my god, I should have said those things and those things and those things, because it's hard to convey to you guys how great the alpha was and how much I enjoy my experience. But just believe me, it was great and it was worth it. See you guys in my next video. Have a great evening, morning, or whatever, and see ya.
Look at you, understand.